Hey guys, and welcome back to Better with Popcorn for yet another episode of Under 10 in 30. This week we have a little bit of a special treat slash special episode where we're actually going to be playing a game called Path of Exile, which is still in beta, so it's not available for the general consumption of the consumer. However, it is available for just about anyone who is willing to pay $10 to get into the early beta. So again, I'm joined with Kevin.
Hello.
And Alex. And we'll be diving into Path of Exile. So let me give you guys, Alex and Kev, you guys have probably, I don't think you guys really know a lot about this game. But
we do not.
Diablo clone.
Yeah, it is. It's essentially a game that was developed by 4 guys in New Zealand who quit their jobs and started their own gaming studio because they were, hardcore fans of games like Diablo and EverQuest and MMOs, and they wanted like a hardcore gamers version of a game like this. So they decided to make their own, and through time they were able to get some funding through some friends who had some wealthy friends, connections, some venture capitalists, whatever. And sorry, what, Kev?
What do you mean by hardcore?
Hardcore, like min-maxing, like a numbers game, like elitist jerk level of,
So basically Diablo 2.
Like, no, more than Diablo 2, like kind of like what Diablo 3 would have been if Blizzard wouldn't have like watered it down as much as they did.
Diablo 2 was a numbers game, like spreadsheets material.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that kind of a game.
Okay.
So they've been developing it. Right now, it's available for $10. If you pay $10, they will guarantee you a beta key. You get it instantly, and you get $10 worth of in-game microtransaction stuff, which I think carries over into the retail version of the game. You can also apply for the beta for free. However, you will then be put on a waiting list, and they send out, I think, like one invite every couple of minutes. So it might take weeks or months until you get your invite. So $9.99. It's under 10. It's under 10, so it qualifies.
Is the game going to be free at the end?
Yeah, it's a free-to-play.
Yes, it is.
Free-to-play game.
Okay.
It's free to play.
Yeah, so technically it's a free game, but in this case it's $10 if you want the beta. So let's get into it. We'll log in here, and I already created a character earlier today just to test it out. We can create a new one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
let's go through the whole motion.
Alright, so you can choose from 6 playable classes, and in Diablo fashion, each type of class is associated to a skill type. So here we have a Shadow, who is in a Dexterity Strength class. You have a Marauder, who's a Pure Strength class. You have a Witch, which is an Intellect class. You have a Duelist, which is a Dexterity Strength. You have a Templar, which is like a magic strength. So you have different kinds of classes. What do you guys feel like playing?
Are they all in a jail thing?
Yeah, we're like in a boat.
I was going to say,
like
actually, this reminds me a lot of like Age of Conan character creation for some reason. Like on a boat, you're like making your dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has an Age of Conan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you're a prisoner on a boat here. So I'll let you guys pick what we play as.
I want to play a Templar.
Yeah,
so we play a
sure.
Templar.
Okay, my last character was a Templar, but I don't mind.
Oh, okay, then let's not do that.
Well, I didn't. No one saw that character.
Make a
so
duelist.
It doesn't matter.
Make a duelist.
A duelist?
Yeah, that
duelist.
sounds interesting.
where's
Make a
that?
Shadow.
Shadow.
Make a strength stealth guy.
Shadow's
like a
a magic.
rogue,
I think a magic dexterity. Let's go for the Shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have
Alright.
different leagues you can play in. Basically, there's 2 leagues. You have the Default League and the Hardcore League. Default is like regular, and Hardcore is like Diablo 3, where you can only die once. The difference with this game, which I think is interesting, is that if you die in Hardcore mode, your character just gets pushed back into the Default League. So you don't lose all your work. You can still keep the character as a regular character.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Sounds like a pure echo. Nice. So another point is you have legacy servers. So every time a major patch comes out, all your characters get copied onto a legacy server. So for all those people who like play games and say, "Oh man, the good old days of vanilla or the good old days before this patch," well, in this game, those exist in like parallel universes.
Yeah, but how long are they going to keep those up?
I think they keep the one version before only.
One version.
So we have a Shadow. What's his name?
Big mouth, get a big payout, and no one was going to be
I am Shadow.
Tits McGee.
except for one loose.
Let's call him Shadow
kept my
Meister.
mouth shut.
Shadow Meister.
Professional
Whatever.
integrity, it's
Shadow
called.
Meister.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So contacting
not something
server.
my employers believe.
Taken.
No, not
Aw.
taken.
Damn. Not enough people play this game.
Yeah. apparently. So it's loading now. So one thing that's really cool about this game is that, yes, it is essentially a Diablo 3 game in that the way it works. However, there are so many little subtle things they've done that I think make it more interesting. And I'll talk about one of them right away. So we'll get our first quest by just talking to this guy, who's going to give us a quest.
This dying exile?
Yeah, now we're going to punch the zombie to death.
Oh, of course. Of course we're going to start by killing zombies.
Hey, look, you're on a you wash up on a deserted beach, kind of like Age of Conan.
Yeah. Okay, so let me explain a few mechanics to you guys, since you guys have never played this before. So you have your controls here. You have left click, right click, middle click, and you have QWERT as also additional keys. And the way it works is if I open my inventory, one thing that might seem familiar if I mouse over my weapon to any Final Fantasy VII player is this is essentially a materia system. So to get skills in this game, you need to equip materia, such as this, which can be like melee attacks, they can be spells, they can be summons, they can be any kind of attack is a materia. And you right-click, or you left-click, and then you equip it in a materia slot. Once it's equipped, anytime you kill an enemy, you level up the gem, and thus leveling up your ability. And you can remove it at any time you want and put it onto a different thing. So you never
I like it.
You don't commit to it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
And all your equipment slots can have materia slots in them. Green materia go in green slots, red go in red, of course. So that's
so the more gear you have, the more skills you can learn at one time?
Yeah, so look, for example, I've equipped this, which is double strike. It has a mana cost of 8, 70 effectiveness, and performs 2 fast attacks. And you'll notice when I equipped it, I gained this ability, double strike, on my right click.
Yep.
So let's go up and start fighting some guys. Like here's some sand spitters. Whoops. Fight these guys. And I'll use my double strike. There you go. It's a little bit like these guys run away from you. They're quite annoying.
Okay. Really.
And it controls like Diablo. Like you just click to attack. Pretty basic stuff. You can hold down Alt to see whatever drops, and it is sometimes tricky to see what drops. There we go. Kill these guys. So this is like the very beginning. This game is definitely not as player friendly as Diablo is, in the sense that you die very quickly. You can miss on attack even at very low level. Like I'm missing like at least 10% of my attacks here. And it takes quite a bit more XP to level. So it definitely is a hardcore gamer's game. One thing you'll notice, and I'll show you, and it took me a while to figure this out, is that the way potions work are not like your standard game. When you have a potion, you can use it, for example, like I click 1, and you'll notice that I drank some of my potion. Not all of it, first of all. So a potion has multiple uses in it.
Oh, cool.
Second of all, your potion refills itself as you kill enemies. So a potion... What? Yeah, so a potion is kind of like a spell, if you will. It's an infinite source of health gain, but of course, different potions have different effectiveness. Like this one only heals for 60 life, which is not very much, but it's basically infinite.
At your level.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically infinite, and the potions become more powerful based on how much they heal and on secondary effects that they might give you.
So how is the leveling curve?
It's pretty steep. Like I played earlier for about 40 minutes, and I only got to level 3.
Oh,
and
well, yeah, but it's still respectful.
Yeah, so I can show you. There's one thing I'm really dying to show you guys, which is the skill tree, but I won't get there yet. When we level up and we get a point to spend, I'll. There we go. Okay, we leveled up.
Nice. Wow, that was long.
No, it's level 1.
Okay. No, I know.
So, well, speaking of levels, do we know how many levels are in total?
That's not something I actually looked up. I don't know how many levels currently in the beta are available. I would imagine probably 30 or 40 or 50. There's a few quirks of the UI that I don't like. Like the chat is huge, and if you open up certain, like when you're talking to NPCs, sometimes the box is here and the text overlays on it, which is annoying, and you can't move the box. But it's a beta, so I don't really try to nitpick at stuff like that too much.
So, what kind of multiplayer system is this? Is this like MMO style, open world?
Diablo style, yeah, MMO style, like open world,
no,
but like
in a Diablo is you join other people's games.
No, this one's not like that.
On a server here?
Persistent world.
Okay.
Like everyone's in everyone's server, basically.
And how do you know if loot is done
I don't think
like
it's
locally.
I'm not sure
or
if it's
is it
instance or
done
not. Those are good questions and probably things that
instanced?
are worth looking up after we play. But for now, I don't know. It's a free game, so
Actually,
you really can't complain.
I got I got the FAQ in front. I can answer those questions.
If you guys are looking at the screen now, because I know you're probably looking up some data, you'll notice that this popped up on my right. This means that, hey, your gem is about to level up. I have 58 on 70, and if I kill a few more guys, I'll show you. You'll see how it fills up fairly quickly. If I kill these guys, probably should be enough to level.
Yes. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. You've got like 50 dudes there.
Yeah. There you go. So see, it leveled up.
Boom.
So to level it up, I have to click on the plus.
Okay.
And there you go. And now it leveled up. And usually it just does a bit more damage, or it costs a little more mana. Like, it's very subtle level ups. But these are like base level materia. I call them materia because I'm not even sure what they're called. But these are really low level ones. As you get higher level ones, I'm sure they get, much more interesting. But this is just like the first one you start with the game.
Well, look, I have a couple of things. I'm looking at it here. The level cap is predicted to be 100, but you don't get to level 100 then experience endgame content. You get to endgame content like 80, 90, and then you have to level all the way up to 100 in that content. So if you're not geared and like good enough, you won't be able to get to cap.
Okay, so now that we have some time and I've showed you the materia system and how that works at a very basic level, I want to show you guys a few other interesting mechanics. First of all, you don't have money in this game. As you'll see in my inventory, there's no copper, there's no platinum, there's no
But
ore.
there's a dollar sign. There's a dollar sign
Yeah, that's just
there.
the store, the microtransaction store.
Oh, okay.
The way the game works is and I'll show you when we get to an actual store, is that everything is a trade system. So when you sell items, people will trade you things like scraps of scrolls and this and that, and those things can buy certain items, whereas they can't buy other types of items. And of course, different things will trade for different kinds of currencies, so you can't just, think of it this way. You can't just go to a vendor and dump all your gear and then go buy a magical potion out of it, because the game will not give you the same kind of currency that you need to purchase the magic from hoarding your gear. So what that allows the game to do is that it allows it to place different scarcity on things, and without having a catch-all system like gold, whereas you can farm gold in a million different ways in most games and buy anything with gold, whereas this game, it forces you to look for specific things to gain currency in that type of item or type of I don't know how to explain it, like type of item or field, if you will. So that's a definite change. Now, prepare to be a little bit scared. This is the skill tree.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
Oh my god!
I know what this is.
Wait a second.
No,
this
I know what
is
this
the
is.
skill tree.
Holy Jesus Christ.
Alex, you know what this is? This is Final Fantasy X.
That's Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, that's
Look at
Yep.
this. Look how freaking
Holy
stupidly
Christ.
big it is.
But that means that this is the tree for everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone is in there.
Right. So let me start by explaining a few things. Every class starts at a different point in the tree, as denoted by this symbol, this face. Every class has the 3 basic stats. But as a shadow, we are a magic dexterity class, so the trees are only naturally opened up for us in magic and dexterity. We do not have the strength tree to go this way. This is the kind of game where you don't spend a point lightly, because spending 1 point in one direction will definitely have a huge influence on where your character ends up. One thing I need to commend the game for, though, is that it's not random. Whereas games like Final Fantasy X, I felt like sometimes you kind of just got random abilities and random trees. Every circle here tends to be on a theme. So for example, if I look at this circle here, this stuff all gives me claw damage and attack speed, with a final being an ability for claw damage. So if I know I want to be a claw guy, I want to get over here, at least once. This one is critical strike chance. This one is life gain. This one is dagger damage and attack speed. Like, each one has a theme, and the little icon in the middle shows you what you're getting.
It's very interesting.
Right.
Well, to tell you the truth, the FF10 system of doing spells is one of my favorites.
So, we have 2 choices now. We can go for spell damage, or we can go for attack speed. What do you guys prefer?
I actually have a quick question for you. considering the layout of this tree, this kind of reminds me as well like FF10 and even FF13 as of late. And is there a way to like kind of like multi-class at one point then?
I don't know if the amount of points you get are finite or not. I believe they are. So no, you cannot. I don't think you can multi-class, but you can, I think, if you spend your points in a certain way. Like let's say if I go over here,
leak onto other people's trees.
Like my mage started here on this node. See, there's there's different nodes for every character. Yeah, I could technically like do this, then this, then this, and then go this, and then get all this stuff. Obviously, you have to burn a lot of points, but yeah, technically it's possible. I think you wouldn't be you won't be an optimal guy, because just within your own realm of possibility, there's a stupid amount of customization.
Yeah, but I think it's separated in a way that people sort of can generate paths to other people's trees with it being the same.
Yeah.
Like, your agility trees sort of mesh at one point with other classes who use agility as a main stat.
Oh yeah, because it's not that it's big, but it's not like if you started here, for example, like all this is very common ground.
Yeah, but you also have to look at it like, if you look at this kind of information or this kind of like customization versus like even all of WoW's classes together don't match this many talents.
No, this is a lot, and you have to keep in mind that all the little nodes are just passive buffs. They're just like passive.
Yeah.
The bigger ones are the active ones.
Yeah, but look at the number, the amount of them.
And there's the gold ones like here are the super good ones, the ones at the very tips. So anyways, let's move on. Let's go for the attack speed just to keep things simple. 6% attack speed. And for this quest, for the first quest, we're really just supposed to make it to the town. Here's the boss. Okay. So let's dish out some damage here.
Oh, by the way, I
Bouse.
checked on loot. Loot is dropped in the world, so people can technically run to your loot and jack it if they want to.
Yeah, they can. It's a hardcore gamers game. It's
but see that's one of the systems that scares me though, because people you're gonna develop leeches, just people who hang around and grab everything while you're fighting really important people.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a concern. I don't know if, like, at this point, I don't understand all those mechanics well enough to pass judgment, but I agree. It's a bit annoying. I got into a town now, just to show you, and we did pick up a lot of loot off of the guy, so if I open my inventory, we can see that we got all this stuff, and it's like really Diablo 2 style, like inventory management hell, you know? Yeah. Like, you really have to stack things out. So we have a dagger. One thing I didn't show you is a whetstone. So these are things you can find, and you can apply them to your weapons. And if I right-click and apply it, you'll see that I just got a quality increase. That's plus 5% quality, and it increases my physical damage to 3 to 12 from the base amount. You can apply up to 20% increased quality on most items. So I can put 4 whetstones, and then that's a sunk cost, though. Like, if I change the weapon, I don't get those back, obviously.
No.
So let's talk to these quick NPCs, and I'm not going to read through all this stuff. They'll just give us quests.
It's a good thing that we're not a PG-13 type deal, because like the first message you saw coming into the town was fucking pirate hookers.
Yeah.
I'm like, congratulations, guy.
Okay, so this guy gave us a reward, and I kind of skipped through all the text. Everything is voice acted, by the way, so there is actually pretty decent production quality. But we can choose another materia now. We have Dual Strike, which we already have. Oh, no, this is Double Strike. Sorry, this is Dual Strike. We have Fire Trap, and we have Freezing Pulse. So I don't know which one you guys prefer.
But I saw on your weapon you have like basically like 3 colored slots. Can you put like, say, a green gem in the red slot?
You cannot. No? So you see, though, but my helmet has a red, and my chest has 2 blue. So I have like, between all of them, I have 2 red, 3 blue, and 1 green.
So basically, at this point, it would be a bad idea to choose the green one. Yeah, exactly.
So let's
buy
go for
something
the blue.
You can level.
Exactly. So let's go for the blue and put it in our bag. Good. And okay, so let's equip that now, just to here. I try to put them on like the same item as much as possible. That way, if I change one piece of gear, I don't have to reconsider my whole layout of my materia. You know what I mean? Like if I change my chest now, I don't have to move it. So as long as I keep this weapon, this should be fine, and it doesn't affect the way it upgrades or anything. I'm
Okay.
curious to see, though, if, like in the materia system, different weapons and different items will give you faster growth on your materia. Like in Final Fantasy, some of them had double or triple growth, depending how you use them.
Still alive, are
So,
we?
if I go sell items now, you'll see that if I sell all this stuff I don't want, on the top is what he's going to give me for it. So if you notice, so far, he's giving me 8 transmutation shards. So I will accept the offer, and I will see now that I have 8 transmutation shards in my inventory. And I will sell these bows as well, since I don't want them. And you'll notice that these give me scroll fragments. So these are the kinds of, I guess, currencies that you have in the game that you can use to buy stuff. So if I go try to buy something now,
Still alive,
you'll see
are
that
we?
things cost. Scroll of Wisdom, this costs. Is there anything else? No, they're all Scrolls of Wisdom here.
So the transmutation stones are just dumb.
No, they're probably just for something like this thing here costs a whetstone, which I had one, but I used it. You know, see what I mean? So different things have different costs. Here it seems to be that everything is the scrolls though. So let's see. We have an armor 15, 6% quality chest plate. Is there anything better? No. I won't waste too much time here doing that. Okay, so you get the gist of that. We have a bunch of quests to do now. So we'll go keep moving on, and we'll go figure out find more stuff to kill.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, so we're out here in the world. You'll see that your character, obviously, now we have like a different look to us because we are equipping different weapons. And we have another ability here, Freezing Pulse. So that's my middle mouse button. Let's go find some stuff.
So, okay, so this is running. I like the archetypes that they added. It's sort of different.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, and the combat itself is your basic hack and slash, like nothing.
So, yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying nothing new there. This is a good
Okay.
ability. It shoots through them. Really
But
good.
basically, from what I'm understanding now, it's everyone is able to use all what do you call them? Materia, not materia?
I call them materia. I'm not sure. Like, they're spells, basically, but I'm calling them
Okay.
materia.
But like basically anyone can pick up materia
Yeah.
and use them.
I think so, yeah. I played a Templar earlier, and I had everything I had I could equip, basically. So let's just
Are you
run
at max? Are you at max or minimum settings?
No, I lowered the shadows because I was afraid of it
Okay.
lagging, but I'm gonna put them back up now
Yeah.
because it looks like crap.
Because yeah,
Shadows are
the shadows are
horrible.
terrible. Dude, you can't pause in the middle of fighting.
You're so gonna
No.
die.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. The only thing I don't like, and I feel like they're going to improve this, is that it's hard to tell when things drop. Like, you don't see them. And
Yeah.
I lowered the volume on the game now, so I don't, oops, I'm going to run away and gain some health back. I'm going to gain some mana
But
back as well.
don't you have like in the options like always show loot or something?
There's alt to do it, like in Diablo, but it's not a toggle. It's like you have to hold it. So I usually end
but
up
usually
holding
in
it.
the options you get
Oh, maybe
something
you're right.
that says like auto turn on loot forever or something.
Let's go take a look.
Sure. Well,
Okay.
your stuff.
The shadow, it's coming. Okay, so let's see. Options, UI. You guys look at it while I fight. Is there anything?
sure. Let's see. Well, this is good teamwork.
Hide global
No.
chat, yes. Key pickup. Filter white items. If always highlight is... Oh, always highlight. Boom.
Oh, always
show
highlight.
sockets.
There it is.
Filter white items.
There you are.
Actually, I won't put filter white items for now because I feel like I'm low level and white items are
Yeah.
still good.
But see, yeah, I told you, it's always in the options, man.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't check.
So you were talking to me earlier about it. Like, how long has it been in beta now?
I think it's been in beta for a while. Like I felt like saying a year, but it's probably wrong. It's probably less than that. But it's basically they made a workable demo of it like very, very early, and then people have been able to access that from basically day one, and contribute and be part of the community and whatnot.
Interesting.
So it's one of those like collaborative efforts because there are 4 guys. Like, okay, so we leveled up this thing. Click to level it up. I don't understand that. Like, why do I have to click to level it up? I think it's so you
If
know.
it's automatic, well,
Yeah.
So you know.
I guess
Yeah,
so, you know. It should
I
just
guess
say,
it's
though,
just
you
so you
leveled
say
this
hello.
up. This gained a
Yeah.
level. Oh,
Yeah,
this is
but
bad.
if
Yeah,
you're
but
in the
if you're,
middle
like,
of
hack and
combat,
slashing,
or
yeah,
if you're
exactly.
AFKing at a battle or something, you might want to know when your gem is leveled. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, you might be farming gems and, like, on offline mode or something. Or maybe they're preventing people from botting. Maybe you can't gain XP while you don't click that button.
I have to say one thing though, for such a hardcore game, this potion system is the single greatest thing they've invented. I think it
Oh,
is. Yeah? You know how nice it is to not have to have like a 50 potions on you like Diablo 3. You have one potion, and you're limited by like if I spam it, I run out. You know, so obviously I can die now. But if I kill stuff, if I kill enough guys without dying, I get my potions back. So it's a cool system. I like that.
I actually enjoy the fact that right now you do feel and look like a noob. Not a lot of games do that anymore. I don't know if you noticed, but his
Yeah.
shield is made of a couple of planks of wood.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He looks like he tore off a fence.
Agree 100%. And I have a debuff now. If you stand in the fire, these guys are annoying. So I'm not even sure where I'm going. I'm not even sure what my quest is, but I don't care because we're just doing a playthrough. Honestly, as a first impressions, and this is my second time playing through this particular section, I really like this game. For a low budget, 4 guys in a basement, and you compare this to the millions of dollars that went into Diablo 3, I think this game has... I can't talk on the story and I can't talk about the overall world, but I feel like from a mechanics perspective, this game does a lot of things that I feel like a lot of the jaded Diablo players would enjoy. So for free, basically, I don't think anyone has an excuse not to at least try this game. And for $10, see, I just died there because I wasn't paying attention.
No.
So I died, but I think it's worth definitely worth playing for sure.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I find it's sort of a return to true form for Diablo 2 players who missed that kind of action and really wanted Diablo 3 to be like that, and it isn't. Like, for those people, this is a return to the basics of what made Diablo great. And I really like, the art style is nice, the graphics are good enough, the combat system seems to be interesting, and the development for the talent trees I find is amazing, and the materia system is also cool. It's a combination of a lot of different gameplay elements from games that people loved and that worked, and they're trying to like get this to function in one game, and I really enjoy that. It looks very interesting.
Yeah, and I think... like I was saying, the mechanical aspects, like I love the materia system that they borrowed that from Final Fantasy VII. I love this kind of a skill tree. It really encourages people to, this is like a spreadsheet gamer's wet dream. Like this is like, it'll blow your mind how much variance there can be in this thing. And even at the second point, I'm like, do I want to go here or here? And each choice has such like a deep level of impact on what your character becomes, because you don't want to waste that one point going in the wrong direction. So you want to make sure you're maximizing. And like I'm looking at this now, and this is all one-handed and projectile damage, or do I want to go down here and get things like, you know, maximum life and
Yeah,
bow
but it makes you
damage
able to go up and down. You can either do one-handed or projectile.
Exactly, which is cool too. So some of them are like, some of them are like these paths where you can. So right now I would probably go into get the movement speed buff, which would then allow me to go to the one-handed damage.
And then get that acceleration.
There you go. The spell effects, like obviously I'm going to compare this to Diablo 3 and Torchlight. It's from the graphical point, it definitely looks very nice. The textures are really, really well made. There's a lot of variety. The enemies are well put together, but obviously it still doesn't look as good as something like Diablo 3, but that's to be expected. But the graphics don't in any way, I feel, distract from the experience, in my opinion. I think it's definitely still very nice to look at and very fun to play.
What you got on this, Alex?
I mean, you guys pretty much said it all. It's like, it definitely looks, well, at least for me personally, I think it looks, you know, very Diablo-esque, obviously, and that's the kind of thing I'd be down for. Although I gotta say personally, I'm not a fan of the art style per se.
Feeling a bit short on that.
Definitely more in love of what they did with Diablo 3, for example, or even Torchlight 2.
So you're more a fan
But, I
of
mean,
like the
for
cartoony or like not cartoony, but like that cartoon stylized look.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, mind you, this was made by 4 guys, so I mean, there's some expectation. You have to lower your expectations a little bit, but
Well, I feel like this is what like Diablo 2 felt like. Like I'm in hell. I'm fighting the demons and hordes of hell. I feel like, and I think that's like a common when like a lot of nerds lashed out at Blizzard when they announced the new look and feel of Diablo, because people felt like it took away from that very realistic look. And I like that this does that. Although I agree that the graphics themselves are definitely not, in my opinion, like on par with what I would normally expect from like a AAA game. But again, This is not a AAA game. This is a free-to-play game developed by like 4 guys in a basement. So that has to count for something.
yeah, for sure.
It is very difficult, though, I must say. I'm level 1, and I'm not paying a lot of attention because we're babbling. But
I think you're level 3.
Well, I'm level 3, whatever. But you can die pretty quick. And I must thank Kevin for pointing out the fact that I can have the always highlighted thing. Cause oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, dude, that AoE looks disgusting. Yeah. Oh, Fire Fury boss. Oh,
Oh, he's running, he's running, he's running.
Ratman. He is destroying your HP.
Gotta kill him, gotta kill him, gotta kill him. Oh!
Spam that oh. Grab the loot and run, son.
Now I gotta kill. Now I can kill these guys. They don't have their super shaman friend to defend them.
There you go.
This is fun. Like, I don't know. I've only played this game for maybe a total of 2 or 3 hours, but there's something about it that just feels more Diablo than Diablo 3 felt to me. And I don't know what it is. I can't put my word. You guys have to play this, and I definitely think this is a game that would be a lot of fun in co-op, since it plays more like an MMO than an action RPG. But I think that's enough for this week, guys, and I've babbled on long enough about Path of Exile. Great game.
Yes, you have.
Pick it up, and see you next week.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.